primates. So I am going to hand you the truth, right? I am going to show you that what you think is a good thing and what you were told or taught as well was a good thing turns out is based in fear and control. And the reason why the recovery rate is 8 to 13% in AA is because they're not teaching recovery. They're retraining your brain to be dependent on something else. And that's fine. If that's what you want, harm reduction and whatnot, here's the thing. If you're going to do that, be honest. Tell them exactly what they're getting. But you don't. You brand it as recovery and then preach spirituality disguised as recovery? No. You preach religion disguised as spirituality. So many contradictions. It's sickening, to be honest with you. It is not an accountable program. AA is bullshit. The reason why you stay sober is because you chose to stay sober. That's what happened. I'll give you an example. This is a drink, okay? Here's the drink. There it is, sitting right there, okay? Man, I sure wish I could have a drink. Oh, you see that? I chose to put my arm out. I chose to pick up this drink. I chose to bring it to my mouth. This drink did nothing. I chose it. Just like they say, go out and try some controlled drinking. If you haven't had a drink today, guess what? You're controlling your drinking. Good job. Right? I'm going to give you an example. This is the just for today meditation, straight from the AA website. A genuine humility, December 11th. We are actually to practice a genuine humility. This is to the end that our great blessings may never spoil us, that we shall forever live in thankful contemplation of Him who presides over us all. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 192. Experience has taught me that my alcoholic personality tends to be grandiose. While having seemingly good intentions, I can go off on a tangent in pursuit of my causes. My ego takes over and I lose sight of my primary purpose. I may even take credit for God's handiwork in my life. Such an overstated feeling of my own importance is dangerous to my sobriety and could cause great harm to AA as a whole. My safeguard, the 12th tradition, serves to keep me humble. I realize both as an individual and as a member of the fellowship that I can boast of my accomplishments and that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Bullshit. Excuse me, sorry. So, let me break that down for you. That sounded really nice, didn't it? Let's read between the lines. What's right with this? We'll start there. Encouraging humility can reduce relapse risks. Humility, in a healthy, non-religious sense, means not being reckless, not thinking you're invincible, being open to feedback, staying grounded. This can help people avoid grandiosity, overconfidence, and the relapse cycle. 2. Warning about ego inflation is valid. Many people exiting addiction swing into I'm saved, I've got this, I'm spiritually special, overshooting in the missions, causes, and crusades. This is risky. Staying balanced matters. Okay. Early wins can make some people believe I'm fixed now, and then they stop doing the things that keep them stable. So the concept of staying grounded is a fine principle. What's wrong with this? Here we go. 1. It pushes religious dependency instead of recovery skills. The text claims thankful contemplation of Him who presides over us all. From a recovery perspective, this substitutes alcohol dependency with spiritual dependency, undermines building internal agency, and shifts control to an external deity rather than personal responsibility. Basically saying, it ain't my fault. This is a theological command, not recovery guidance. See how they do that? They switch it. Theological disguised as recovery. 2. Here's 2. There's actually, I think, 6, maybe 7. Here's 2. It pathologizes personality by labeling it grandiose. Instead of teaching real emotional regulation skills, things that can be utilized in the real world, my alcoholic personality tends to be grandiose. This blame framework, that means someone is shamed when someone else blames, right? The blame framework treats the person as defective, turns everyday human emotions into symptoms, right? Prevents actual psychological growth, encourages guilt rather than skill building. Now, let me ask you this. Would you rather be guilted into something or help to build your skills to become better and stronger? Shame on you, or here, let's see what works. Okay? Healthy recovery is about learning tools, not diagnosing traits. 3. The passage contradicts AA's own message about autonomy. It falls apart on itself. AA claims individuals must develop personal responsibility, self-honesty, independent moral action. But the passage demands self-erasure, humility as submission. Don't take credit for your accomplishments. I know you worked really hard on this, but you had nothing to fucking do with it. Nope. It was all everybody else and everything else and up there, but nothing to do with you for putting day in and day out hard work into bettering yourself. That wasn't you. Nah, you didn't have shit to do with that. That's everything else but you. Does that make sense? Sounds like an asshole program to me. This direction contradicts Step 4, honest moral inventory, Step 10, continued self-assessment, and Step 12's need for empowered service. Recovery requires empowerment, not self-nullification. Number 4, it introduces fear that the personal confidence harms AA as a whole. You're not allowed to be confident. It could hurt us all here. Be weak, be frail. Do not be confident. The text tells you, be proud of your progress because great harm can come to AA as a whole. This is fear-based, cult-like, and designed to enforce conformity. Now, this is not me talking. This is the breakdown through logic and reasoning of what AA is telling you every day in the big book, in this thought for the day, meditation. Healthy recovery programs do not require protecting the organization, fear of harming the group, silencing personal confidence. This blames individuals for hypothetical damage to a global entity. We're going to make sure you don't even have the fucking idea to fuck with us. We're going to pretend like we're helping you, but really we're threatening you. But that's a good thing to AA because this is all AA approved material. The idea that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves removes agency. Effective recovery requires internal motivation, behavior change, self-tracking, and accountability. If the credit is given to God instead of the person, self-efficiency decreases. People feel powerless. Setbacks become spiritual failures. Growth becomes not your doing. This leads to dependency, not development. But it's helping. It's helping you. It's helping you. It's taking credit for you choosing to stay sober today. That's what AA does, right? It pretends like it's empowering you, but it's really not. It's making you dependent, right? And then takes the credit for it. 6, it uses humility as a behavioral control mechanism. Humility becomes a way to suppress individuality, a way to prevent questioning, a way to keep members small, a way to enforce silence and obedience. So every time that you introduce yourself as an alcoholic, right, you're just saying, I'm a part of A and my name is B, right? I'm a part of A and my name is B. I'm a part of A, I'm a part of A, I'm a part of A, I'm a part of A. It psychologically trains you into be dependent on that. I never say, my name is Ace, I'm an alcoholic, because I'm not going to base who I am today on a negative behavior of my past. Because if I bring that idea and I bring that energy into my now, and all the while in the present, I'm creating with every choice my future, then the negative behaviors of my past into the present are going to create my future, and I'm going to do the same thing over. And you wonder why people go back out. It's because they never really left. Almost everybody in AA is a dry drunk, okay? Unless you truly understand what actual spirituality means in spiritual transformation. Number 7, no practical tools are provided. The statement does not teach coping skills, emotional regulation, relapse prevention, accountability frameworks, cognitive restructuring, behavioral strategies. In fact, instead it replaces tools with moralizing, religious instruction, submissive humility rhetoric, and organizational protectionism. This is why many find AA spiritually vague, but psychologically empty. Bottom line, this passage alone mixes religious doctrine with psychological advice, confuses humility with self-erasure, teaches dependency instead of agency, and prioritizes protecting AA over empowering the individual. It hits the common AA contradiction: you are powerless, but responsible. You must act, but God does the acting. You must be humble, but your recovery depends on a group. This is why the wording feels spiritually manipulative rather than recovery oriented. If you look and seek the truth, It's right there. Look for yourself. I am just making you aware that it's there. Now, once you're aware that it's there and you understand that it's truly contradicting itself in every single which way, you're not recovering. You're becoming even more dependent on something else. And if that's what you want, cool. It's your life. Who the fuck am I? I'm only God, right? That's for another story. Another story. Another concept that most people aren't ready for. And that's okay. Whenever you're ready, I'll be happy to explain it to you. Because you're God, I am God, everything is God. But again, not the religious kind. I merely say, look between the lines. You're so blinded by the indoctrination of being forced in by the courts because there weren't that many options. Now there's lots of options. And guess what? AA is not the best. It's actually the worst. I'm starting a movement. It's called the United Anonymous Agnostic Coalition. The United Anonymous Gnostic Coalition. I'm uniting all of the anonymous people that have been fooled. And it's okay. It's nobody's fault because you didn't know. Now you do. To know. A Gnostic is someone who knows. An agnostic doesn't know. But a Gnostic seeks the truth. And if he seeks the truth, puts the work in, disciplines himself to grow intellectually through logic and reason, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, fortifying themselves. You too will know that recovery is possible. True freedom. Sobriety is not the goal. It is the way. Because without a sober mind, you will not be able to see what's always been in front of you. The UAGC is here to awaken you. We will show you accept. If not, that's all right too. We only mean to help. Truly help. No lies, no religion, no contradictions. Clarity, awareness, disciplined consistency. That's what we're about. If you want to know more, hit me up. UAGC, United Anonymous Gnostic Coalition, Cleveland at Gmail. Hit me up, let me know, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. But again, you're going to have plenty of questions when you realize the lies you've been told from AA. So have a great day. I'm going to keep on keeping on. I'll do tomorrow's, and the same thing is going to be there too. I can guarantee you. It's like magic, right? That's what it is. It's magic. It's lies. Find out for yourself. I'll talk to you soon. I'm Ace.